All right, class, before we get into our notebook, we need to learn something new so we can understand the reason that our or is saying in the word color. So every English word that is more than one syllable, so any word that's two or more syllables, there will be more of an accent or an emphasis on one of the syllables. So that means that when we're saying a word that's two syllables or more, we say one word, one syllable, a little bit more, in a kind of we give it more emphasis. So that just means we will say one syllable kind of more strongly than the other one. So we can call that, we actually call the amount of emphasis we place on that syllable the stress. Later on, when you get a little bit older and you're studying poetry more, you'll definitely hear more about this. But we need it for one of our English rules as well. So stress is not just something that your parents feel. It's something that we also have on English syllables if our word has two or more syllables. All right, the way that we can figure out if the stress or the accent is on which syllable it's on, we just try and say it the way that we speak normally, and you move the stress from one syllable to the other and see which makes sense. So let's start with color. All right, I'll start by putting the emphasis on the first syllable, color. Now I'll put it on the second syllable, color, or color. Actually, I'm not sure if I should. All right, start over. That's a little bit funny because it's a two-way word. All right, color or color, color. All right, so color has the stress on the first syllable. Color has the stress on the second syllable. Now, which of those sounds correct? Listen one more time. Color, color. I should say color. It's hard to say it the way that doesn't make sense. So did it sound right with the stress on the first syllable, color, or with the stress on the second syllable, color? I hope we said the first syllable. I should have maybe started with a word that is not a two-way word. Let's use, we had crayon. Let's try that. So first I'll put the stress on the first syllable, crayon. Now I'll put it on the second syllable, crayon. Class, which of those ways sounded right? Crayon or crayon? It sounded right with the stress on the first syllable, right? Crayon. All right, let's try marker. Now, marker. All right, that's with the stress on the first syllable, marker. Or on the second syllable, marker. Which one of those sounded right? Once more was with the stress on the first syllable. All right, usually two-syllable words in English have the stress on the first syllable. Not always. All right, so when we're talking about a stressed syllable, it just means that's the same as some people say a stress or an accent. That's the same. It's just which one we emphasize more. That means we bring that one forward when we're saying it. All right, so we needed to know that for our new spelling rule that we're going to learn. And that spelling rule is on page 4. So go ahead and get out your orthography notebook, turn to page 4. All right, down here at the bottom, we've got our, I don't know if I want to call it a rule. I guess we can. All right, let's read our rule together. R and or usually say in an unstressed syllable. All right, So this is very exciting. This is the first time that we've seen this rule. You didn't see it in kindergarten or in first grade. All right, so let's start by writing. Let's see, what two phonograms does this rule, which two phonograms does this rule affect? Good, all right, the first one's R. We'll go ahead and write that on the first line. Make sure you underline it. And then the second one is OR. All right, I don't want to give away too many more examples. Oh, my line's a little wavy. I don't want to give away too many more examples of this rule because we'll be learning some more this year. But in general, remember we've got the word usually here. That doesn't mean always, right? But our rule, let's read it one more time. R and OR usually say in an unstressed syllable. All right, so class, which word did we learn today that used our new rule? The only one that had OR in it. Good, our word was color. Of course, how do we say it to spell it? Good, remember it's a two-way word, two different ways, because our first syllable and our second syllable don't sound the way that they're spelled. All right, so how do we say color to spell it? Good, color. Go ahead and write color on that line. Say the sounds, will you write them? Then go ahead and mark it. All right, if you're not finished yet, pause the video. Syllable break, OR. All right, so this is the only thing we need to underline, but we need two thinking caps. Where's our first one? Very good, it's on this. And where's the second one? Good, on our OR, of course. All right, so, all right, class, one more time. What was our new rule that we learned in this word color? R and OR usually say in an unstressed syllable. All right, nice work, class. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go all the way to the back of our notebook. We're going to go to page 76 and 77. All right, these are our, what sound are we using these different phonograms to make on 76 and 77? All right, good. These are different ways we can make the A sound in English. All right, class, in crayon, which A did we use? All right, I hope you said A, two-letter A, that we do use at the end of English words. Go ahead and find it on the page. Put your finger on that column. Good, all right, our word is crayon. What's the first syllable? Good, cray. And the second one? On. Excellent. Go ahead and write crayon. Mark it when you're finished. All right, pause the video if you're not finished. What's the first syllable? Good, cray. A. And the second syllable? Good, on, crayon. And then this is the only thing that we need to mark. All right, I forgot. I should have had us start back on page 74 and 75. Go ahead and flip back to those pages. Class, what sound do we have on 74 and 75? Good, our ers, our 5 ers. All right, in marker, class, which did we use? All right, I hope you said the of her. We did use the of her in marker, so find your next free line. All right, what's the first syllable in marker, class? Excellent, it's mark. And which k do we use? All right, you know it's not going to be k since I asked, right? We know it's going to be something else. Which one is it? Good, it's line letter k. All right, so the first syllable, mark. Go ahead and write that first syllable. And then our second syllable. What's our second syllable? Good, and which is it? Good, the of her. All right, after you finish writing it, mark it. Pause the video if you're not finished yet. R. K. Syllable break, All right. And you know what? Gosh, sometimes I get mixed up. I forgot to have us write a few things way back on page 4 where we were. All right. So for our, let's see, in the word toy, which of our oys did we use? Good, of course we had to use oy, that we do use at the end of English words. So if you don't have a word written here yet, go ahead and write toy. Say the sounds while you write them. And mark it when you're finished. Good. T. Oy. All right. See, nice job with that, class. Let's see, before I finish up this video, let's review all the two-way words we've had so far this week. Oh my goodness. All right, class, how do we say interest to spell it? Interest, how do we say it to spell it? All right, I hope you had 3 syllables, interest. All right, class, how do we say picture to spell it? Picture. Good, we say picture. I feel so British when I say picture. All right, class, how do we say climb to spell it? Excellent, we say climb. All right, and how do we say, we did color already, but let's do that one more time. How do we say color to spell it? Good, color. And our last word, wagon. Class, how do we say wagon to spell it? All right, I hope you said wagon. If you couldn't remember any of those, why don't you just go back and listen again to get another practice? Because remember, that's really, if we don't remember how we say it to spell it, even if we know all our rules and everything and our phonograms, we're still going to get mixed up. So we've got to know that two-way pronunciation. All right, class, nice work. I'll see you in the next video.